Hi, I'm Judy with Amazing Trails Yoga Before Bed. Make sure that you have your pajamas on, that you took your makeup off if you're wearing any, you brushed your teeth, flossed your teeth, maybe took a shower or a bath, pulled down the shades, went to the bathroom, got a drink, everything that you normally do right before bed, as we are starting in a standing awake position, getting some great stretches in, some yoga moves, and we're ending up into a horizontal position ready for bed, practically sound asleep. So before we get started, subscribe to us and get yourselves ready, and we'll see you shortly. We'll start with our feet apart, our toes diagonally out, our heels in, and we'll inhale our arms up, interlacing our fingers behind our heads. Exhaling down, crossing your right arm over your left. Maybe you could touch your legs. Inhale up, starting to relax at the end of the day, arching your back. Exhale down, our right arm crosses over our left. Inhale up, our elbows are out. Exhale down, right over left. Inhale, coming up, nice big yawn at the end of the day. Exhale down, your right arm crosses over your left. Take your heels directly behind your toes. We're interlacing our arms. We're coming up into an eagle wrap. And coming down into our first inversion. Maybe you could sway a little bit, opening up our shoulder blades, relaxing at the end of the day. Take your right arm over to your left foot, or you could utilize a block if you like. Extend your left arm up to the sky, looking up at your left arm. Straightening your right leg at the same time. And coming down into a forward fold. With your legs bent a little bit the knee, you're coming up. And you're taking your heels toward each other again. Inhale your arms up toward the sky. Interlace your fingers. Cradle your head. Exhale down. Your left arm crosses over your right. Inhale up. Feels so good at the end of the day. Exhale down. Inhale up. I don't know what kind of day you had. Exhale down. Your left arm crosses over your right. Hope it was good. Inhale up. Arching your back, looking up toward the sky. Exhale down. When we're coming up, your left arm is over your right. You're eagle wrapping your arms. Take your heels behind your feet, elbows up to the sky. And come down to a forward fold, opening your shoulders, relaxing. We can sway a tiny bit. Oh, breathing nice and deeply. Taking our left hand over toward our right foot. You could use a block if you like. Extend your right arm up to the sky, following it with your gaze as you straighten your left leg. And bring your right arm down to your right foot. We're coming into a lunge. We're coming into a downward dog. Downward dog, you could pedal out your feet. You're bending one leg at a time. Look under your arms from side to side. Check out, we're going to bed. Check out that your shades are all down. All the distractions going away. We come into a plank.
And we're coming down into chaturanga, upward facing dog. Make sure your knees are off the mat if that is possible. 10 toes on the mat. We're not having our necks down, we're pulling our chins up. And we come over our feet into a downward facing dog, very nice. From downward facing dog, inhale your right foot up into a three-legged dog. Look between your hands and lunge your right foot up through your hands. You're in a nice lunge. Move around a bit, get used to this, very good. And we're coming down onto our knee and we're sitting back in a type of runner's stretch onto our heels with our foot up, giving our foot a nice little stretch. We're on our feet all day. Just contemplating what kind of day you had, making some balance. If you're not touching the mat, this is a little bit of balance, hoping there was some balance in your day, a little harmony. Were you able to get in a workout, get some fresh air, get some yoga, eat well, all balance with your hectic life, stressful life. And we're coming down. You could use your blocks if you like on either side of your foot. We could come down into a nice runner stretch. And we're just starting to relax at the end of the day, sitting back on your foot. If this is too much, you could come to the other side of your foot and sit on your heel. Otherwise, we're still in a nice little toes pose. Putting not too much pressure on it. Breathing, winding down at the end of the day. And we're coming up. You could always use your blocks. You're straightening your back leg. Your right leg is straight. We're coming into a pyramid. Again, use your blocks if you like. You could bring your third eye toward your shin. You could take your hands back, point them toward your back foot. And breathing. Getting so comfortable for a good night's rest. And looking at your right foot, we'll take our hands on either side and we're bringing our right foot back into a downward dog. If you go on your tippy toes of your left foot, maybe you can keep your right leg straight till it comes to your left. Drop your heels. We're in the downward dog. We could walk out our dog. Look under your arms. Making sure you shut off all the lights for bed. And we're inhaling our left foot up into a three-legged dog. Look between your hands and you're lunging your left foot up. Just adjust yourself a bit. And we're sitting back into a type of runner stretch, coming back onto our heels, lifting your left toes up to the sky, coming into a nice balanced pose. You could always use blocks and hang on. Thinking maybe, what are we doing tomorrow? How can I balance my day? How could I fit some me time in? How could I do some healthy things when I'm working and I have this to do and that, all these obligations and responsibilities, but we want a good balance at the same time. And we take our hands to either side of our foot. We're coming down into a nice runner stretch. Again, utilize the blocks if you like. Maybe bring your third eye down, relaxing. And taking your palms to either side of your foot. We're straightening our back leg, keeping our front leg, our left leg straight. We're coming into a pyramid. Use the blocks if you like. I like to take my hands back, my fingertips pointed toward my right foot, dropping my third eye to the shin. Taking some nice breaths. The end of the day, we want a good night's rest. Hear yourselves breathe. We'll bring our palms to either side of our left foot. Come to the tippy toes of your right. Maybe with a straight leg, you could bring your left foot back to meet your right in downward dog. You could drop your heels if that's accessible to you. We're coming into a plank, a chaturanga, and an upward facing dog. And this time we're going to drop our knees toward the mat, the tops of our thighs toward the mat. Could move around a bit. Nice arch in the back, stretching our backs before bed so we'll be comfortable, healthy, nourishing to the spine. Coming over the tops of our feet into a downward facing dog. Say goodnight to downward facing dogs as we drop our knees to the mat. We're sitting back on our heels and bringing our hands to namaste, to prayer. Maybe prayer is part of your bedtime routine. You could just relax. Maybe think of everything we're grateful for, what we want, all the good positive thoughts. Not praying to win the lottery or praying for something negative for someone who might have hurt us. We're thinking positive thoughts, putting everything in perspective, what we need, what we're striving for. And bring your hands down. We're coming over to the tops of our feet. Your hands come back behind you. You're lifting your knees up. Give yourselves a nice little stretch, a counteract for all that footwork. And bring your knees down. Your right leg is coming in front. We're coming into a deer pose. Your left foot, your toes can come out to the side. Little hip work here. You could just move around, a minuscule movement side to side around in a deer pose. Getting our hips ready for bed. Take your back leg, which would be your left leg, and you're crossing it over your right. Take the heel of your right foot closer to your body. Coming in for a spinal twist. Your right arm comes up and to the outside of your left thigh. You want to maybe grab your foot, grab your heel. Your left arm comes behind you. Look over your left side. Oh, that feels mighty nice. Great to do right before bed. Gonna sleep really well tonight. Hopefully you got a little fresh air. Maybe even some vitamin D from the sun today. And looking ahead, your top leg, you're bringing it so that it's parallel to the front of the mat. Your right leg comes around behind. We're back in a deer pose, your knee to heel. And again, we could just move in minuscule movement side to side, around. Just a nice deer pose. Think of some nice animals before bed. Deer aren't vicious anyway. We want happy thoughts before bed. Take your back leg, which should be your right leg. We're crossing it over our left. Bring the heel of your left foot closer to your bottom. And we're bringing our left arm around to the outside of our right thigh. Maybe you could grab your heel. Look back over your right shoulder, nice spinal twist. Feeling really good. We'll get all nice and cozy before bed. We're coming down. Started standing. Now we're sitting. We're halfway there. And looking to the front of your mat, you're taking your top leg, your front leg, toward the front of the mat. We're coming into a lunge. Bring your left leg back. And you could utilize your blocks if you like. We're coming down onto our forearms. Again, you could come onto your blocks this way. Nice lizard stretch before bed, opening up our hips, relaxing us. Come to the top of your left foot. Should feel really nice. Close your eyes. We're getting toward bedtime. Nice breaths. Thinking sweet thoughts. Just moving in little tiny little movements. We're coming up not too high as we bend our left leg and bring your left arm around. And we can come down onto the block or onto the mat on your forearm. We're staying low. We're releasing our back leg, our left leg, and we're bringing our right foot, we're heel toeing across. Very nice, into a sleeping pigeon, or pigeon, not sleeping yet. We're coming into a sleeping pigeon. You can put your head on a block on the mat. I'm going to put my head right on my foot, make a little pillow, and just relaxing. You could use, when you're camping, anything for a pillow. I know when we do the Appalachian Trail, we're not going to be carrying pillows with us, so I'm not sure what we'll be using as pillows. You could be any way you like. Your arms can be out, your foot could be closer to your body, whatever you like. This is so comfortable. Getting ready for a nice long sleep, uninterrupted. Wouldn't that be beautiful? And we're coming up, we're swinging our left leg around. We're coming into an extended Baddha Konasana butterfly. The soles of your feet are together. We're leaning forward. And maybe you could put your third eye onto the arch of your foot. Use these as a pillow. Use your feet again as a pillow. If not, you could use your blocks as a pillow, whatever works for you. And we're breathing, relaxing. I have no idea what kind of day you had. Maybe you had the day off and you did a lot of fun things outside. Maybe you worked all day. Maybe you were stressed. Maybe great things happened. Maybe not so good. Whatever it is, we do need a good night's rest to feel refreshed in the morning, to replenish our bodies. Sleep is so important. And on the way up, you're taking your right leg back to the back of the mat. Your left shin comes parallel to the mat. We're coming up. Up, not quite yet. You're heel toeing your foot out. We're coming into a lizard on this side first. Again, you could take your forearms to the mat or to the blocks. Up a little higher. You could come all the way down if you like. Maybe move around a bit. Oh, this feels so good before bed.
It's really good to stay on a good sleep schedule if that is possible. Try to go to bed at the same time every night, wake up about the same time. I know some of us are on different shifts at work, or we have little babies or kids that wake us up, or a plethora of ways not to get this good schedule, this tight schedule, but if it is possible, that really is a healthy way to do it. Have a bedtime, a wake up time, get some good solid sleep. And we're coming up a bit. Take your right leg and bend it. Your right arm comes around and grabs a hold, whatever you can, maybe your pant leg, anything that you can grab. We're coming down because we're coming down to a reclining position. Maybe drop your head, starting to relax. Releasing your back leg. We're going to now heel toe our left foot over toward our right side. We're coming back into the pigeon. And a sleeping pigeon. I'm going to utilize my foot as a pillow. You could put your head on a block, whatever you like, whatever's comfortable for you. Your foot can be closer to your body, to your torso. We're not going to sleep yet, but it sure does feel good. You're breathing. And we're slowly coming up. Take your top leg, your front leg, bring it around behind you. We're in a Sphinx pose. And take your knees out to the sides of the mat. We're coming back into child's pose. Oh, this feels really nice under your arms, a nice stretch. Activate the child's pose. Lift your chest up a little bit. Bring your right arm toward your shoulder. We're threading the needle. Drop your right ear to the mat. You could maybe take your left arm around behind you. Heading toward bed. Maybe you sleep on your sides. We're shifting forward. We're coming closer up. Oh, my mat is a little sticky. I'm straightening my legs. Your right arm is still under you. Take your left arm out in front. And we're drawing our arms back into the Sphinx. Lifting up our hips, our knees separate a bit. We're coming into a child's pose. And take your left arm under your right, lifting up your chest a bit. We're threading the needle, palm up toward the sky, your left ear to the mat. Your right arm can come around behind you. Take your right arm in front, and you're going to slide or kind of crawl forward so that we're on our bellies. Maybe some of us sleep on our stomachs. Now you're taking your right arm up, and we're bringing, this is a little bit tricky, take your left thigh or your left knee to your left hand, your right arm comes out. We're coming into a nice spinal twist, looking over your right shoulder. Left leg should be straight.
And breathing, our breath should be slowing down, getting ready for sleep. I hope you're going right to bed after this. I hope you got your drinks, brushed your teeth, flossed your teeth, your makeup is off if you wear any, jewelry off, comfortable clothes. Extend your left arm out to the side and bring your right arm up and around. We're coming into a banana pose. So you are shifting your body so that both shoulder blades are on the mat. Both sides of your buttocks are on the mat. We're coming over to the side, kind of like a crescent shape, like a moon-shaped banana. Your right leg can be crossed over your left. Again, make sure that your shoulder blades are down on the mat. Both butt cheeks on the mat. And we're slowly kind of falling into a deep sleep. Not quite yet, but we're getting there. And take your right arm out to the side. Your right leg is straight on the mat as you bring your left knee over. Now you can come to the side, take your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Look over your left shoulder. We're in a nice spinal twist. Really great before bed. Winding down, not thinking of too much. Releasing your knee. Our left arm is going to come over our heads, meeting our right. Our left top leg is crossed over our right. We're in the banana shape again. Make sure your shoulder blades are on the mat. Both butt cheeks are on the mat. Like the crescent moon, and just breathing. Gonna fall into the blissful moments of sleep, the different stages of sleep. Releasing, we're bringing our left arm around, coming to maybe your bed, to the center of your bed. Our pelvis is up toward the sky. Bring your arms around, up over your head. Cradle your head, interlace your fingers. You can give your head some nice little stretches, some tugs so that your neck is elongated. Really healthy before bed. Your feet are splayed out to the side, separated a bit. And with elongated necks, we're slowly dropping our head. Bring your arms around our sides, our palms are up. Make any little movements you need to. We're coming into the final resting pose, shavasana. And just relax, sleep, stay in shavasana as long as you need. Have a beautiful night's rest. Namaste.